So what is happening is this particular tube that you looked at is called the Crookes tube. Okay, so this is called the Crookes tube. Crookes tube. Okay, so this tube has a cathode. Cathode is nothing but a metallic, like a small metal, a piece of metal. Okay, so it's like a small piece of metal, metallic plate. So yeah, this over here is the cathode, and over here you'll have the anode. Okay, so now this metallic plate cathode is connected and anode is connected to a battery. Both these things are connected to a battery. And what is the battery? What is the unit of the battery? It's 10,000 volts. Okay, and the pressure inside this tube. Okay, first when they started doing this experiment, what did they do? They connected these two ends to the battery, and then they were like, okay, it should now, something should happen, but nothing was happening. So what they started doing was they started reducing the pressure inside this tube. So when they started reducing the pressure, they noticed at 0.01 millimeters of mercury, at that pressure, something started happening. What started happening is that this green light started to appear. And this green light was starting to appear from cathode in the direction of anode. So what is the direction of cathode ray? It is from the cathode. So from cathode to anode, cathode is negative, anode is positive. Okay? So if something is coming out from the negative and going towards the positive plate, that means what? It is negatively charged. So that means that something from these, atoms, something from these molecules was coming out that was negatively charged, and that's when they realized that these negatively charged particles were electrons. And how did they tell that these were negatively charged particles? You notice that this man in the video, he took a magnet and he put it around the tube. When he took the magnet and he put it around the tube, what happened to the green light?
It was attracted.
Yeah, so the green light was being attracted to the magnet. You could see that the straight line was being distorted, and it was being, it was being affected by that magnet. So why that is because electrons are present in cathode rays and electrons are attracted by the magnet. Okay. So now we know that electrons are attracted by the magnet, but then if that is the case, you saw that he also used a laser light. That laser light was not affected by the magnet, but this is affected by the magnet. Why?
Because the charge is here, it is directly.
Yes.
And that it was like indirectly.
Partially correct. So the thing is, in this light, you have electrons. There are particles present. In that light, there are no particles present. That is simply just light. That light is not light from electrons. That light is just light, like your tube light, right? The light coming out of your tube light. Are electrons coming out of your tube light?
No.
Exactly. So electrons are not coming out of your tube light. It is just that the light is coming out. That other laser light also similarly, only light was coming out, electrons were not coming out. In this case, you have to bring the pressure down to 0.01 mm of Hg, and there has to be a gas inside this tube, and the electrons from that gas start diffusing when you apply a pressure of 10,000 volts. Okay, so this light is this green light is because of the electrons. It is not just any ordinary light. Okay. So in order to prove that this is not just any ordinary light, that it indeed has some particles in it, what scientists did, or what J.J. Thomson, by the way, J.J. Thomson was the first one to conduct this experiment, and J.J. Thomson was also the first one to discover electrons. And yeah, so we saw that the green light is emitted, but how do we prove that this green light has particles? We know the green light has negative charge, but how do we know that this negative charge is actually particles? So what they did is that they attached a small tiny wheel inside this Crookes tube. So if you look at the right hand side image inside the presentation, so if you look at this image over here, you will see like a small wheel. Okay, so this wheel is called the paddle wheel. Okay, this is similar if you guys have done boating, or if you have try to fly, those planes or drones, like small tiny planes or drones, you'll see these small propellers or fans. So these are called paddle wheels. So basically what happens is when something hits them, it starts to rotate. So these you'll even find in turbines, right? When you have dams, when the water falls on these blades, and the blades start to rotate, and then electricity is generated. Why does that happen? Because the water hits those blades and it makes it rotate. Similarly, the electrons hit these plate and they make this paddle wheel rotate. So by that, once you see the rotation in the paddle wheel, you can tell that some particle has to be present there. If there is no particle present, that means that blade cannot move. Something has to hit that plate. Some physical object has to hit that plate. It has to be able to move that plate or that paddle wheel. Only then you will be able to conclude that something is there. So they did the same. They put this paddle wheel inside the Crookes tube, and they noticed that the paddle wheel was actually turning. That means what? That means that it is not just negative charge, it is not just light. That means there are some particles in it. That means that those particles have some weight to it, and that is an electron. That particle is a negatively charged particle called an electron. So this is how electrons were discovered back in the day when there was no technology. And with just minimal stuff, people were able to find out that atoms had some negatively charged particles in them, and that J.J. Thomson decided to call them electrons. Okay. So let's look at the properties of cathode ray. By the way, did everybody understand what is on this slide? If you did not understand, please stop me. I have no problem explaining it 10 times, 1,000 times, no issues at all. Did everybody understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my question to you one last time, what are cathode rays?
They are actually negative charge or electrons.
Yes, very good. So cathode rays are negatively charged particles which are nothing but electrons. Okay, so cathode rays are electrons. Very good. And what is the pressure and the voltage required for this experiment?
The voltage is 10,000 volts. And the pressure is 0.01 millimeter, and I didn't understand what is Hg.
So Hg is mercury, okay? So the millimeters of mercury will actually, that is a unit of pressure, okay? So just like you have 1 kilo, or for example, like if I say I am 50 kilograms, okay? So kilograms is the unit of my weight, right? Similarly for pressure, the unit is millimeters of mercury, okay? So Hg is nothing but mercury. So if you look in your periodic table, you will see a symbol called Hg, and Hg is mercury.